Hey guys, welcome back again to my channel. My name's MC and you're watching Elite Canada. I make videos about study abroad, career growth, immigration, and also inspirational stories of our immigrants and international students here in Canada. So if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and also hit that like button so that more and more people will see my video here on YouTube. So in today's video, we're going to talk about worst career advices that you will be getting or we have gotten as an international student here in Canada. So I posted this question in my private Facebook group. Watch it until the end because it's pretty interesting. So this is going to be a reminder for everyone na hindi lahat ng advices that you will get here in Canada or even outside Canada would benefit you. So sometimes you have to learn how to filter out the ones that are only applicable to yourself. So number one, we got this from Bianca Hernandez, and she said the advice that she got was like, that is okay for students to work more than 20 hours as long as it's a cash job so that you won't get caught. Worst advice I ever had. I totally agree. For this one, let's say they won't track down your cash job, for example, but we're not talking about the 20 hours now. We're talking about tax fraud because you're not declaring your income. So in Canada, every dollar that you make, you have to declare it. And you have to declare it once a year once you file your taxes. So in my business, sometimes I get like sales outside Canada and went to my Philippine bank account. That one as well, I have to declare because in Canada, you have to declare your world income. So if you're doing this or if you got this advice that you can work cash jobs so it won't affect your 20 hours, you're not just violating the 20 hours a week, you're also violating the rules and comes of taxes. You're committing tax fraud. So make sure that you're aware about the rules here about taxation. Next one is from Mark Mortel. Hello Mark, he's a moderator of our Facebook group. And he said, I can still remember may mga student na nasilaw sa work permit, both nurses wanted to shift to CCA program from office administration. Kaso yung employer doesn't know what to do with them. Ending, umuwi ulit sila ng Pinas while processing their work permit outside Canada. Naabutan ng COVID pero nakapasok naman. Kasi yung length ng inantay nila, kung tinapos na lang nila yung 1-year program nila, may certificate na sana sila. May PGWP pa sana, but they didn't work. Na pwede naman sila mag-work as CCA since they're already a nurse. So basically, the bottom line here is that some students were advised to convert from student to work permit. So this is actually happening inside Canada, or some agency will actually advise you that go to a private school and then once you're here, they can promise you that you have a job offer. Okay, that advice is like the worst advice that I've heard as well. Because in Canada, you need to get like a labor market impact assessment enabled for you to get sponsored by the employer. So there's something about immigration again. So sometimes before you get caught or before you fell into that advice, make sure that you check an immigration consultant. I actually shared a video here about private schools and what are the things that you have to watch out for. And so for that, when you're converting SP to work permit, it's not gonna be a smooth sailing, okay? You have to go through like immigration process again. Would you rather risk that or finish the program since you already paid your tuition fees, finish your program, and then you get an open work permit and you can work anywhere in Canada as long as stated on your permit. So something that you really have to critically think about before opting to that option, right? So this actually the worst advertisement I have seen so far lately, and this one went viral. She's a Filipino nurse and she's trying to compare Philippines versus Canada in terms of nursing practices. So she's trying to promote the college, but this one didn't go well. So watch this video.
What's the difference between a registered nurse in the Philippines and in Canada? Number one, the professional communication. In the Philippines, we rarely speak to our patients, we rarely speak to our colleagues, and more so with doctors. Like they are so high up there that we do not communicate to them. But in Canada, you really have to speak up. You really have to be very assertive on behalf of your patients. You should be confident enough to speak to a doctor, to your colleague, if your patient's safety is at stake.
So basically, guys, in your study plan, I just want to remind you guys that you will compare Philippines and Canada. You have to justify why do you need to study in Canada. And as you have seen in that video, that Filipino nurse actually looked down to our fellow nurses in the Philippines and our practices in the Philippines. And when you're writing on your study plan, when you're comparing two countries, you don't have to belittle your home country or your profession. You can actually learn new practices in Canada and bring it home, but you don't have the right to look down to our fellow nurses and to like whatever practices that we have in the Philippines, because you cannot compare apple and orange, right? I know she's trying to promote the college, but then again, you have to really critically think when you're saying something, especially in social media. Now, I'll give you the worst career advice that you will get even before you get to Canada while you're looking for the program. So some people would tell you get a diploma even if you have master's degree back home. So let's say if you're getting a diploma, make sure that this is going to be a progression for you. Let's say if you're taking a diploma in information technology, so that would be justifiable because like the technology before or practices before is completely different right now. We have different, some are obsolete right now, right? Or some people would tell you that you're already 40 years old and you don't have the chance to get the student visa approval. That's wrong. That's completely wrong because in Canada, they don't care how old you are. As long as you're 18 years old and above, you can study here, and as long as you provide proper documentation and you can show your career logical progression. And another worst advice that you will get while you're like looking for a career path in Canada is that get a program or a path that is going to help you with your immigration alone. And if you're taking a program just for immigration, my only concern is that once you get your PR, what would be your next big thing? What are you gonna look forward to if your only goal is just a permanent residency? So just a reminder, because now I reached the point where I got my PR. What if that's my only goal? I don't have anything to look forward to, right? Shauna, who is a career strategist, also shared some career worst advices that you will get as an immigrant.
I think it's bad advice that you should just take any job. And I'm just going to do a caveat there. Sometimes there are circumstances where absolutely we just have to take a job because we have to meet some sort of immigration requirement or we've got a mortgage to pay. There are all those things that factor in. But if you are in any sort of situation where you have the ability to say, this job I know is not going to be the right fit for me, if you're feeling like the company culture and values aren't aligned, maybe the organization isn't going to value a diverse perspective, I would caution you. I would really caution you. And you'll feel those, like you can feel, don't ignore it. You feel it in an interview process. You feel it when you interact with these folks. If something seems off to you, don't take that job. If you can at all, make that decision for yourself.
If you want to continue listening to Shauna, I have her in my Kwentong Filipino Canadian podcast. You can check out the link in my description box. And also, if you want to get like advices from your fellow students or alumni of the schools that you wanted to get into, I have some student mentors that you can talk to one-on-one. Visit my website, studentexplorca.com/student-mentorship. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you learned something from it, and share this video to your friends who are coming to Canada so they are aware. And do not forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell so you never miss my video every single week. Thank you guys, and paalam! Goodbye!
Welcome, Market Via to SE Canada.
My first employer was a Filipino. He was a head chef.